Education is a key part of a society's growth and progress. It's not preparation for life. Education is a life itself. We can say that is a ray of light in the darkness. Schools and universities become the destination for every learner, and face-to-face education becomes the most effective way of teaching where learner and instructors can interact and engage with each other. It ensures a better understanding and relocation of lesson content, and give instructor better assessment and mentoring at each student in the class. If any problem with understanding the content occurs, it's immediately solved.
But everything has changed.
We have therefore made the assessment that COVID 19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
Primary schools, secondary schools, and colleges across England must move to remote provision from tomorrow, except for vulnerable children and the children of key workers.
The largest school district in the whole country is now shutting down schools tomorrow until further notice.
The whole world switched to online learning. Over 1.2 billion children are out of the classrooms. And one big problem arises, which is maintaining learners' attention and motivation in the virtual classrooms, and also effectively managing the progress of each student. This situation is easier in formal classrooms because the educator is in face-to-face contact with the learners in the same environment. In this aspect, it is much easier to observe the emotion state and motivation on a particular topic that is being taught by the instructors during an instructor-led course. The online learning industry is projected to pass $317 billion by the next 5 years.
Researchers have shown that most e-learning applications don't consider the learning methods adopted in the field. Moreover, it has been found that the observation and identification of the emotional state of the learner largely enable the teacher to undertake actions that significantly influence his tutoring quality and execution, thus more human interaction with the students themselves.
So, we agree that capturing the students' emotions and dynamically changes the topic to elevate the student's mood and managing student progress effectively is missing in an e-learning system. Most of the time in this type of environment, even an important lecture or courses ends up with the bottom of the student. Thus all the effort was done by instructor become ineffective.
As known that the most profound words will remain unread unless you can keep the learner engaged. We are proposing a system which is combining the power of AI for visual and interactive e-learning systems. We are introducing to you EAO, the first e-learning system that gets you into the new era of e-learning. As researchers show that emotional states and motivation of students directly or indirectly influences the learning process, as a positive mood not only makes us feel good, but also leads to more accurate decision making during the class.
Thus, our solution provides live emotions monitoring and detecting focus level during the virtual class, and the full analyzed report after each class that analyzes each student data and the whole class. Also, we provide an efficient way to monitor student progress using a monitor quiz. What makes our quiz system unique is that we monitor student face during the quiz to make sure the student is not cheating while adding other restrictions that will be shown in the demo.
Now, it's time to show what we have built into real. Let's first get into eOwl homepage. This web application is built using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap 4, and Flask, which is a web framework written in Python.
In our registration, it's easy and clear steps for both instructors and students to register. Also, we make sure that the data is valid before sending it to our server to be stored. The user is requested to enter his personal data and determine whether he is a student or instructor. After filling the required data, he will be automatically directed to the dashboard if he is an instructor. Otherwise, he will be directed to a page where he will be asked to enter his course access code, which the student can get from the instructor.
As mentioned, the instructor will be directed to his dashboard, where he can manage all his classes, include meetings, quizzes, and reports. First thing he must do is creating a class. All he needs is to enter his class name. After clicking submit, a class access code will be created and shown. He can navigate to his class, where he can upload material and share posts and view grade and more.
Now it's time for our first quiz. The instructor in clean steps can create his quiz from the dashboard. He shall enter his quiz name, time, point for each question, and select which class this quiz belongs to. Then he will be navigated to a page where he can create an MCQ quiz with as many questions he wants.
After that, the student can easily enroll in the quiz. He can access it from the class homepage. First thing the student should do is to allow access for opening webcam. Then quiz information should appear. Now we need to stay in front of a webcam for continuous face detection during the quiz time. We have some restrictions during the quiz, which involves staying in the front of the webcam during the whole quiz time, not changing the quiz tabs, and others. So, if you disappeared from the cam for 20 seconds in an interrupted form, or changed the browser tab 3 times, or changed the tab 1 time for more than 10 seconds. If he violates any of these rules, his quiz will be cancelled, and his current grade with a message explaining the violation will be sent to the instructor. The real-time face detection is done using JavaScript library for better performance. This all happens in the client side.
Now it's meeting time. What the instructor need? Meeting name, time duration, and click start button. Then all students registered in the class should be able to see join meeting button at the class homepage.
So, what's making our stream different? We use Twilio API for running our stream and Firebase real-time database for fast emotion transmission. From student side to instructor during the meeting. Our machine learning model is built with CNN, a Poncarius library, which is well known for its high performance with hard classification computations and its capability of increasing the efficiency and accuracy of the model when dealing with huge datasets.
Only the instructor can see the whole class emotions. Instructor can get a warning about focus rate of a certain student if it's below 60%. Focus is detected using a machine language model which indicates that the detected facial outline is larger or space between face eye is larger This shows that the student is interested and focused. The instructor can share a screen, send messages, or end the meeting.
Student can see his emotion and his focus rate only. He can send a message in chat and share screen only if the instructor give him a permission to share. This is how it's on Firebase while meeting is running. It shows the real-time data from meeting showing students' name and emotions.
After the end of each meeting, the instructor can view the last meeting statistics. Also, can view the overall statistics about all his classes. So, how would it help? The instructor's job is indeed not easy, since he must be interested in every student and seek for their feedback. This recognition will definitely improve certain qualities that the teacher must have, in particular, empathy. As a result, emotion recognition system will help teacher in interacting accurately to encourage active learning. Therefore, the teacher gets the chance to monitor and purpose models of appreciate expressions, especially when dealing with negative emotions. Also, managing the progress of each student with no fear of cheating would definitely help. After the end of each meeting, the instructor can view the meeting statistics. Also, can view the overall statistics about his all classes and each student in the class. A student is usually more active when he gets to be engaged in the learning process particularly, rather than being just passive or fully receptive. For example, when the detected facial outline is larger or the spacing between the face's eye is larger, it indicates that the student is very interested in the course content and he is highly focused. Furthermore, when the detected face's outline becomes smaller, this indicates that the student is no longer interested nor focused. Also, if you can detect the percentage of understanding for a particular topic through an online quiz where the percentage of cheating is too low, this will keep the student updated with his current level of knowledge.
This is for now. What about our future work? In higher education in the United States and the United Kingdom, the percentage of students with disability is between 8 and 14%. We plan to provide an unforgettable experience to disabled learners, where we aim to remove barrier between their disabilities and learning. This would happen in many ways. So, by using the power of AI, we plan to provide easily interact and solve the quiz questions with voice, live speech to text during the virtual class, personal chatbot designed to answer any question with voice or text.
Finally, even prior to the pandemic, the e-learning market in the United States will have grown to $6.22 billion between 2017 and 2022. The current circumstances just made the process of switching to it faster. Schools and universities sooner or later will be forced to e-learning, whether totally or partially, due to many reasons. One of them is the increasing number of students. Physical schools and universities will not be capable of this large number. There were around 10.2 million college applications annually in the United States.
People expect to get bored by e-learning. Our mission is to show them it doesn't have to be like that.